What about like
I do. All right, everybody. Hello. It is 48th Hills Day. And yeah, it's actually doing that on Thursday. There's new releases and stuff to talk about, and then a little puppy's going to be joining us too. So it's going to be a good show, I think, today. Us joined as always is Ferris Wheel, also known as Todd. Although I think he prefers Ferris Wheel.
I don't care.
Oh, it doesn't care, so you can call him either. Today we're going to be talking about the.
Just don't call me Shirley.
Surely you must be kidding.
Don't call me Shirley, man.
Just don't call me late for dinner. God, every old guy in the world has said that joke. Like, I swear, like, if you're over 50, do you prefer this or this for your name? Oh, I don't care what you call me, just don't call me late for dinner. Like, was this an issue? Like, was people starving you? Like, what the hell's going on there?
When I lived in the foster home, if there was food, I needed to get there fast.
Yes, everyone knew the first eats first and becomes the strongest.
During the Great Depression in the foster home,
Oh,
I needed to
shit.
get there quick.
Exactly. Oh man, so we're gonna be talking Shadow Spear Box today and all of the updates for Chaos and Primaris Space Marines. Who do you think came out strongest in this? I mean, besides all the other main amount of Chaos changes. You know what? That's not a fair question. Oh yes, buddy. Yes.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Primaris stuff costs too many points for the most part.
Oh yeah. Any in particular that that seemed to be just insanely overpriced to the point you could never actually put it on the table, or like all of it is that way?
I think all of it is like, well, maybe not, but it seems like it's like 20% too much.
I can see that. And I see you're going through the booklets there. Did you buy the? Did you pick up the Shadow Spear box finally?
Yeah, and so I got
Nice.
these booklets for reference
Hells yes.
that we can look at.
Oh yeah, and I know Jeff will probably be tuning in soon because he's been building his Iron Fists army, so that'll be fun. He's actually managed to get it kind of not the P yellow, so that's I was impressed. That's an
Iron
easy thing.
fists.
Oh
Did,
yeah,
did you mean Imperial fists?
I did. Oh, hold on, that's phasing out.
Whoa, it is. Neato burrito. Yeah.
We
All
go
right.
adjust that real quick.
Which one are we going to talk about first? Are we going to talk about the Chaos or the Spitz Marines? What are
I
we doing?
feel like chaos is more interesting. Um, but so I guess let's do chaos second because I feel like the Marines are gonna go pretty quickly because the units aren't as varied as the chaos.
Okay.
So we'll start with Primaris. We'll I guess start with the new commander dude. What's it? Is he got a name? Didn't he? What's his name?
His name is Caption in
Caption.
Phobos armor.
Ha! What a weird name.
Yeah.
No, I thought they were gonna give the name character. That's fine.
He's not a named character.
Oh, okay, that's good. Too many damn named characters. So he's just a captain and
Yeah.
wait,
In the
he's
sneaky armor.
okay. What are they calling it? Phobos armor?
Phobos armor, yeah.
Huh. Like
Or
Phobator, god of nightmares?
yes. Exactly like that.
That's
I
something I
I
use.
assume.
I'm using that in my. It's the Greek god of nightmares, and I'm using it like heavily in my D&D game. So I was like, Phobator,
Yeah.
I know this reference. I was just excited to be part of the conversation.
Phobator sent his minions to kill the great hero Jaquan in the Buffer Berry Crag.
It
Is
sounds
that
right.
okay? I figured that happened sometime.
Oh yeah.
So the captain, there's not really anything going on with him except for he. Well, there are a few new rules that they've given some of these Primaris units in here. The first of which is camo cloaks, which is it's a copy and paste from the scouts where you get 2 to your saving throws instead of 1 while you're in cover.
And
That's kind of big on a model that has a 3+.
oof.
So
So okay, so this one I know you're not a big fan of it on the regular scouts, but this one it seems worth the cost, especially since the 3 up.
right. Well, it's also not an option.
Oh, you have to.
He just has it. Yeah.
All right then.
So yeah, but it's a lot better on the 3+ model because then you're a 1+ in cover and you're kind of a little bit stickier. And also, I mean, Primaris are already pretty annoying to kill in cover.
Yeah.
So he has that. Another of the new rules that they're giving people is another copy and paste from the scouts, where they can deploy anywhere on the battlefield as long as it's more than 9 inches away from enemy models and your opponent's deployment zone. So you got that infiltration aspect. And the captain has this new piece of war gear called the Omni Scrambler, which makes it so that enemy units that are set up on the battlefield as reinforcements cannot be set up within 12 inches of this model.
Oh wow. So that would actually be. Oh, hey Jeff, he's finally stopped by. So that means basically that would really screw with like a chaos player like Alpha Legion or anybody who really relied on Deep Strike. Um,
Yeah,
that's actually really good, especially against
pushes
like
out that
Tyranids or
extra
something.
3 inches. Particularly good against Gene Stealer cults who want
Mm.
to pop up 3 inches away from you with their stratagems or
Ooh. So wait, this would counter the
like that.
stratagems as well.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow. Okay, that's a lot more powerful than I thought.
because they cannot be set up within 12 inches of this model. So
Hot damn. That's pretty good. I thought the Omni Scrambler. I was gonna make an egg joke, but that's actually just way too damn good. So is that something that
on
might
these
make?
scrambled eggs.
Is that something that you think would make him worth it as a command put, or you really?
I don't think that it's worth the extra cost on the captain himself.
Yeah.
Uh, the infiltrating, I guess, would be. I mean, like it would be nice if you had a lot of stuff that's infiltrating, so you can get your captain aura up there,
Yeah.
infiltrated with everybody. But I don't know. I don't know that this guy is. How much does he cost?
Now, do you think that's to offset the cost so that way, like, if you set him up somewhere to like hold a point, no one can even deep strike on that point to get to you? Would that kind of help cover the points cost?
Yeah, well, I think that's the best part about him for sure. But the new troop option also has the Omni Scrambler.
Oh, really?
So
Oh
yeah,
shit.
so
Okay.
I'm just not sure that like it's worth paying any extra points to put it on your captain because
I could see that.
uh, he's not going to be pushed up there as far to push back stuff in the first place.
That makes
You know
sense.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The other thing that's different about him as opposed to the normal Primaris captain, he has a combat knife which gives him an extra attack,
Wow.
and his gun is a master-crafted instigator bolt carbine. It's heavy 1, strength 4, -2, AP 2 damage, and it's allowed to shoot characters even if they're not the closest.
Nice. Okay. So basically, the sniper rifle option kind of.
Yeah, souped up
Oh,
stalker
excuse me.
bolter.
Yeah. Seriously.
So yeah, that's him. I don't know that there's anything particularly amazeballs about him.
What is his point cost?
116.
That's not too bad. I mean, well, no, actually, that's pretty bad actually.
How much is the normal captain?
Normal captain, isn't he like 75 to or like 90 for Primaris?
I don't know. I should have been more prepared.
All good. Yeah, because well, and then how much is it to take the scrambler? All right, buddy, let's get you. Let's get
It's
you
just
going.
included in his cost.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Let's see. A normal Primaris captain is 82 points.
82. Okay, I was close.
So you're paying is 82, right?
30 more.
Yeah, that's
That's a whole third more of a captain.
yeah, 34 points for the infiltrating, the slightly more spicy gun, and the Omni Scrambler. That seems like it's too much.
Makes sense.
So yeah, that's
Okay, and now the new not reavers. What are they being called?
the infiltrators.
Yeah,
Is that
those ones.
okay? They're troops, which is sweet.
That is pretty sweet,
Uh,
actually. How much do they cost?
they are 110 points for 5, 22 per each.
That's not that bad.
Their gun is free, I think. Yeah, it is. Okay.
That's even better.
So these guys are exactly intercessors. except for they have the Omni Scrambler that we already talked about. They have
Yeah.
the infiltrating rule, and they have the smoke grenades. Once per battle, instead of shooting any weapons in the shooting phase, this unit can use its smoke grenades. Until your next shooting phase, your opponent must subtract 1 from hit rolls for attacks made with ranged weapons that target this unit.
Nice.
I mean, like, it's neat or whatever, but that's kind of balls. You give up shooting with your entire unit just to get -1 for 1 turn.
Yeah,
It's not that good.
that's what is you're desperately trying to save something.
Yeah, and their rifle is 24 inches, rapid fire 1,
Oh damn.
and strength 4, AP nothing, 1 damage. Each unmodified hit roll of a 6 made for this weapon's attacks automatically hit and result in a wound.
That's kind of
So
nice.
it's just a normal bolt gun that automatically wounds on a hit roll of 6.
And are they allowed to target characters?
No.
Oh, okay.
And so you're paying 4 point. Oh, well, also they can take this like a Infiltrator Helix Adept, which is like a miniature apothecary inside the unit. He
Hmm.
costs 10 more points than the normal guy.
Oh, okay.
And he does, at the end of your movement phase, an Infiltrator Helix Adept can attempt to heal or revive 1 model from its unit. If there's a wounded model, it regains 1 lost wound. If you have no wounded models, but one of your guys is dead, on a 5-up, it comes back with 1 wound remaining. If you
Hmm.
fail the 5-up, you can't shoot.
Yeah, he has to get the gene
Just
seed.
like
Just like
just
a
like apothecary.
that might actually be kind of useful for holding a position on the map. But like, for 10 points to getting an apothecary, that's pretty nice. That could be pretty nice if you can
Yeah,
somehow make up the points for getting that unit in the first place.
yeah, that's definitely the best part about it. But it's for me, it feels hard to justify 4 extra points per model for a gun that is going to be worse a good percentage of the time than an intercessor's gun.
Yeah.
And you just get the Omni Scramblers and the infiltrating. Like, I don't think that this unit is terrible. I just think that it costs too much
Hmm.
per model.
Per dude.
Yeah, 4 points more per dude, just so you can infiltrate and have the Omni Scrambler.
Well, I guess it would be very situational. Like you couldn't like if you were built on knowing that that Omni Scrambler was going to be a big part of controlling the map. Or I wonder, could you do like 3 units with the Omni Scrambler and then just spread out like everywhere so that way like they couldn't bring their stuff out of reserve, like, and kind of abuse it
Yeah,
that
you
way?
could. You could.
Is
You
that
could take
shitty to
up a lot
think
of
of?
space with it. No,
Like,
I think that's what it's for. I mean, that's like working as intended.
I mean, like that. You put 3 of those, spaced out enough, you're covering like 30 fucking 6 inches of the board that is just
Yeah,
unbringable. And then with your regular guys as well, it could be they'd have to like actively have to make space on their side of the map if they could. So
right.
that's I think an
And
interesting aspect of them.
you could infiltrate them up and spread them out as much as they possibly can. And they've got pretty big bases, and then 2 inches apart from each model. If
Oh,
you had 10 of them, you
that
could
might
hold
be
down
fun.
a lot of space. That's for sure.
Nice.
Maybe they are worth it. I don't know, but it's just like
That's a
for
lot of
100,
points.
yeah, for 110 points you get 5 guys, and for 110 points you get what, like 15 intercessors?
Oh wow, yeah,
Oh
that
no,
is
it's not 15. It's 6. So
6.
it's like
Okay.
you get like 1/5 more models. So I don't know.
Hmm. Interesting. I like that they're a troop though,
Yeah,
because I'm
that
definitely
is
gonna
sweet.
because I definitely am gonna get the Shadow Spear box. Hopefully, probably this month sometime. My birthday's coming up, and so just use some of that. Now that I have somehow managed to pay for a puppy, and due to generous donations from our channel patron, who decided to
Remember,
be remained unnamed, helped out a lot.
if you subscribe today, we get more money.
Oh yeah,
So so go ahead and subscribe so that
yeah.
we can get more money.
Don't forget to use your free Amazon Prime subscription. We get
Amazon
If
Prime.
you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime, and that is a free subscription for us. So that means we get $5 towards the next upgrade to the stream. And actually, the next upgrade is going to be a another second monitor because my My second modeler, my old one, is just too old to plug into this computer. I actually had to get an adapter for this one to be plugged in. So next one's gonna be a monitor. But $5 helps, and then um, oh man,
This
it'll be
leaves her
just
with
awesome.
one monitor. Can you imagine having
Excuse
one
me.
monitor? You need to give this man your money.
Like a chump? No. Anyway, um,
Well, you know what though? You forgot to mention that if your mom has Amazon Prime,
you
you
have
can
Amazon Prime as well. All right, that's enough. That's enough pandering for one day. All right, so
I was
next,
enjoying myself.
it
We're
is
gonna
kind of
get that
fun, yeah.
Metamucil sponsorship as
The
well.
Metamucil for the aging gamer who wants to sit for those long sessions. Metamucil. Expect our
Hey
check.
gamer, get Metamucil.
The checks in the mail. I guarantee it. All right, next unit.
Yeah, so the thing I think these are really awesome because they fill a thematic space that wasn't filled for Primaris yet. So if you're a Primaris purist and you have a Primaris only chapter, which theoretically I do have a Primaris only chapter, but
Wait, what?
I put in the nice little scrawny guys despite the fluff because there's just certain spaces that need to be filled on the game table.
Yeah.
And one of those spaces is the scout space. Unfortunately, the cost of these guys, they are 2 times the cost of a unit of scouts. So it's harder to fill out your battalions and stuff like that with them. I do
Damn.
think that they're cool. I just think that for that cost,
Well,
you're
they
not
have.
gonna doing a lot of damage with that 110 points. You're just
I
gonna
mean,
be controlling area.
they do have twice the wounds, though, right? It's
Yeah,
gotta
they
be.
do have twice the wounds of 5 scouts,
It's gotta be.
and
Gotta be worth something.
you'll definitely infiltrate into cover, so they'll have that 2 up armor in the cover.
There you go. So.
Unfortunately, they don't have the camo cloaks. That would
Oh.
be. I
Oh
think
wait, they don't. That would have
no, they
been.
don't. That would sell them for me, where they've
Yeah.
got the 1+ armor and cover after infiltrating up and holding that space. That would be hella sick, but they do not.
Do you have any
They gave
stratagems to
the
give it to
lame
them?
ass smoke grenades instead. No, not as of right now.
Hmm.
They might do more stuff with these guys in the future, though.
You could do three, and on your first turn, just have them all shoot their smoke grenades to the other people, and then and then just sit on those places and be hard to kill, while everything else, because it's one of those things. If you can convince people they have to deal with them by spending resources on them, sometimes that works, right?
Eh, well, I was kicking around using them in Blood Angels because Blood Angels they can kill people in close
Everything.
combat no matter what. So
Yeah.
if you're infiltrating and you have guys with 2 attacks, then you're controlling that space, and then you can punch people in close combat. And
Ooh,
that's
yeah, and you could give up your shooting phase to get the smokes, and then punch the out of them, or do they have to take up their entire phase?
they just can't shoot.
Oh yeah, there you go. You just punch the crap out of people with your blood angels. That's the way to do it.
Plus, the models look phenomenal
They
in
look
my.
so good.
They got those cool antennas on their backpacks and stuff, and they've got great poses.
Oh man, the poses are. I was surprised actually. I really like the updated helmets, except for then I noticed like it looks like a mouth, and then they have just that like tiny little bottom piece, so it looks like they're just constantly doing this on the like. And then at first
But
I was like, ah, but then I sort of kind of started to like it a lot, and so I'm okay with it again.
well, I mean, that's kind of the. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's kind of the like traditional Vox looking thing.
That's true.
Anyway, they're cool. I think they might cost a little too much, but it's hard to say at this point.
So
I
you,
think that if you're going to take them, you should definitely take the apothecary upgrade for 10 points. If he heals one guy,
yeah,
for 10 extra points, so he's 32 points instead of 22 points.
yeah,
If he heals one guy, he
made up.
was worth the 10 points. So
Yeah.
shit, why not?
Oh,
Plus, it helps you stick on that objective that you infiltrated onto.
hell yeah. Snuggle up, buddy. Snuggle up. So and then I know that we've got a new psyker with a hood on, but is he that much different?
He is a librarian that has the infiltrating rule,
That's kind of
and
nice.
he has a camo cloak, so he's got that 1+ when
Ooh.
he's in cover.
So
And he has a psychic hood, which I think that the normal Primaris librarian has it as well.
yeah,
Where you add 1 to the deny the witch tests made for models within enemy psychers within 12 inches. He casts 2 powers, denies 1, just like the normal librarian.
Access to any extra powers?
Yeah, there's this entire new power list,
Ooh-hoo-hoo.
and all of them go off on a 6, which is pretty sweet. Do you want to go over every power, or what do we want to do?
Let's see. We'll probably go like okay. We'll pick the 2 best. We'll go over them.
Okay. Number 5, Tenebris Curse goes off on a 6. You target a unit that cannot fly, and you can see it, and it's within 18 inches of your Psyker. They take a mortal wound, and in addition, until the start of your next Psychic phase, you have that unit's move characteristic and their advance and charge rolls. So if you're having charge rolls, that can make it pretty damn hard to make a charge, because the average of a 7, right? Then you're on a 4 when you roll a 7, and that's not very far.
Ooh.
So I think that's pretty sweet. One that it's hard to say that what the 2 best are, because the internet has different opinions than me. But
This is, of course, in your opinion. Like I don't. I brought you here for your opinion.
another one that's really good is Hallucination. You cost you have to roll 6, just like the other ones. If manifested, pick somebody within 18 that you can see. Until the start of your next Psychic phase, subtract 1 from their leadership. In addition, your opponent rolls 2d6, and if they fail the leadership, if they roll higher than their leadership, then they have to subtract 1 from hit rolls for that unit until the start of your next Psychic phase. That can be pretty cool,
That
especially
sounds
on
pretty
like
good.
a knight.
Oh,
or something like that.
I hadn't thought about using it on a knight. It's a lot better than I thought actually.
Yeah, or a big shooty unit.
Some obliterators.
Yeah. Honorable mention to this spell, Temporal Corridor. It's really sick, except for it can only target Phobos units. So he can only target himself or Reavers or Infiltrators or anything that's in this booklet.
Hmm.
But they have to be within 3 inches, and if it goes off, you can move that unit immediately as if it's your movement phase, and it has to advance, and then you roll 3d6 and pick the highest.
Damn. Okay.
So
So
it makes them hella fast.
that is now with Reavers, especially. That's gonna actually make Reavers almost worth it.
Yeah, the only thing that sucks about it is you advance, so you can't charge after you do it.
Okay. Damn, dude.
But
Still,
uh, here's the Turbo Inside Edition Wombo combo that we have here. You use that spell, you cast it on. You have the Psyker cast it on himself,
hmm
and you give him a relic from the Space Marine book. I can't remember what it's called, but it's Tome of Malkador is what it's
Yeah.
called, and it gives him an extra psychic power
Yeah.
from the Space Marine book, psychic powers. So you can pick Null Zone, and then you can have Null Zone on this guy that normally can't cast Null Zone, and then he infiltrates. You cast Null Zone, then you cast Temporal Corridor on himself. Well, he moves up during
Yeah.
your first. Then you Null Zone, then you Temporal Corridor himself, and then you can run in there turn 1 and deny all their invulnerables in a 6-inch bubble. It's pretty funny, I guess. I don't know how useful it is, but you could do that, and it would be hilarious if it worked.
I like that. That's some spiciness you got there.
That's a spicy meatball.
It's a spicy meatball.
Also, this guy's pretty sick in Blood Angels with the +1 to wound in close combat, because then he just
Oh,
infiltrates, and then he just runs up and kills stuff with a Force Sword.
hot
It's-
damn! And then he has his apothecary right there for 10 points. No.
yeah, the apothecary, the 10-point apothecary can only heal models in his own unit. Just
Oh, okay.
as a note.
He gets sucked by a unit that no.
Oh yeah, he can suck
Oh
my.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh dear. The last HQ is the lieutenant in the Phobos armor. He does not have the infiltration, but he can deep strike, and he has the typical lieutenant aura.
Okay.
His gun is it's just a mastercrafted auto bolt rifle, but that's not what it's called for some reason.
Now,
because it does. Well, I I guess it's extra. Okay, it's called the Mastercrafted Oculus Bolt Carbine, right? And it's an auto bolt rifle, which means oh no, it's not because it's not assault. Never mind. It's rapid. I'm talking out my ass. It's rapid fire one, 24 inches, strength 4, 2 damage, and people don't get cover, which is barely ever going to help, but whatever. And he has a spicy little special rule where each unmodified hit roll of 6 made for attacks with this model's close combat weapon score 2 hits instead of 1. So if you've got a Blood Angels lieutenant, then he can stab the hell out of some people.
Damn. Oh, look, we got our first crotch spam in the chat there. That's got to be some sort of fucking
That's a new record.
new record. Yeah, there we go. That's a achievement unlocked. Dick in chat. All right, so
Make sure to drop your Twitch Prime sub.
yeah.
Next unit, Suppressor Squad. These are the guys with the autocannons and the jump packs.
Oh, nice.
They have autocannons. Strength 7, heavy 2, strength 7, -2, 2 damage.
Damn.
They move 12 inches.
Damn. You too, Bojangles. So that's actually sounds like they're pretty good. How much do they cost?
They cost 18 points per model plus 15, so 33 points each.
Oh wow, okay, that's pretty expensive.
Oh, just kidding. Apparently the camo cloak costs points, so the captain is even more expensive than I thought. He's under 19 points instead.
That's a lot of points.
These guys also have they can deep strike, and they have the same smoke grenade rule, but it's called smoke launchers on these guys.
Oh yeah, of course.
And they have a special rule suppressing fire. This is pretty cool.
Suppressing fire.
If this unit destroys any enemy models in your shooting phase with its autocannons, the destroyed models unit cannot fire Overwatch until the end of the turn.
That's very good, especially if you're going to be if you're going to be charging in with your infiltrators like you were talking about. If you could get that, that'd be quite nice.
Take away the Overwatch from some lame Tau or something.
Yeah.
The only thing that kind of sucks about this is it has to destroy an enemy model, so you can't like shoot a knight, do 1 wound, and then it can't Overwatch. You know, that type of thing. Or shoot a Riptide or something. So
yeah.
It only works on things that have multiple models.
Obliterators again. That's a good one to use against them.
Yeah, just casually kill an entire obliterator with those autocannons.
Exactly.
Not leaning towards that actually working out.
What? You've little faith.
Those are kind of cool. That their gun is good. Autocannons are good for sure. I just don't know.
Okay. Let's see, and then so I think that kind of does that wrap up our.
There's one more unit. The new Snipey boys, the Eliminators.
Oh snap! Which ones were these?
The Snipey boys.
Oh, the ones with the okay, yeah, okay. The one with the cloaks and the. They like to make guys doing like 2 finger things with the poses nowadays. Like, I see you. And what do they got for that?
Yeah, there are a lot of guys with the 2 finger thing.
Yeah, it's just I was one of those things I was noticing when I was looking at the box. Just
I'm gonna finger you.
Oh no, not again. We talked about this.
Did we fix the phasing problem?
Yes, yeah, they should. Yeah, there we go.
There's the snipers. That's what I was.
Yeah, those guys I thought looked great too. Actually, like all the models in this box. Who am I kidding? They all look fantastic.
Yeah. The suppressors are kind of lame, but everything else, yeah. All right, so these guys, they are 18 plus 3 plus 3, 24 points each. 24 points each. That is my final answer. I'm locking it in.
And they can snipe characters, right? So they actually might be worth their cost.
Yeah, their sniper rifle has they have the camo cloaks, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
And they've got the infiltrating, so they're pretty hardy. They're pretty annoying to take down while they're in cover for sure. And they have 3 different types of ammo. The Executioner round, 36 inches, heavy 1, strength 4, -2, D3 damage. If you make a wound roll 6+ for this weapon, it also does a mortal wound, so it's got the full sniper treatment there.
Damn.
The second option, Mortis round, heavy 1, strength 4, -1, 1 damage. The weapon can target units that are not visible to the firer. Add 2 to hit rolls made for this weapon. Units do not receive the benefits of cover to their saving throws when against attacks made with this weapon. So they can shoot out of line of sight, and if it moves, it's hitting on a 2 still because it's heavy 1, and then but you add 2 to the hit roll.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, and then finally the Hyper Frag round, heavy D3, strength 4, 0 AP, 1 damage, no special abilities.
Okay, that's still.
So it's just D3 shots instead of 1 shot.
Dang, it sounds like these guys might be actually worth it.
Yeah, I think that these guys actually do have a place, especially at 24 points.
Yeah.
I think. Right now, you can only take a unit of 3. I would be more interested in a unit of like 6, and then absolutely shooting some characters with that strength 4 -2 D3 damage. That would I discovered this in my adventures playing with the Vindicare, which I only was able to do recently. And the Vindicare, he has a similar profile, except for he always wounds on 2s against infantry, which is pretty sweet.
That is pretty sweet.
It's gun is strength 5, and they can't take armor or invulnerables. So it's like
an assassin.
it's way better, but like you can get the same vibe from this. And I didn't realize until I played with the Vindicare that a lot of these Xeno psychers are hella scrawny, and they've got 2 wounds or 3 wounds. So like a few of these D3 damage shots getting through is going to kill your opponent's warlocks, warlocks on jet bikes, even succubus, whatever. It's going to kill the hell out of all of those Xenos. So yeah, I think that unit definitely has a place. I think it's probably the best unit in this, I guess, expansion. I don't know what to call it.
I'd say expansion's a good word for it.
And this little codex thing. Then, of course, there's a full complement of warlord traits that you can only use on the Phobos warlords.
Nice. Any favorites?
Yeah, there are a couple of standouts here. 3 that I would say are competitive.
Damn, dude. 3.
Yeah. Number 5 here is, instead of shooting with your warlord in your shooting phase, you can select 1 friendly chapter unit within 3 inches of it, and 1 enemy unit that is visible to your warlord. Until the end of the phase, add 1 to hit rolls for attacks made by that friendly unit that target that enemy unit.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. These are especially good because they're not limited to... I mean, the character that takes the warlord trait has to be Phobos, but they affect guys that aren't Phobos. So
oh, really?
Yeah, so like you can use this warlord trait to give +1 to hit to, for example, a unit of 6 centurions, and then you're doing like a shizload of shots that hit on 2s with centurions.
That's pretty good.
Another good one, Princeps of Deceit. If your warlord has this trait, then at the start of the first battle round, but before the first turn has begun, pick up to 3 friendly chapter infantry units that are on the battlefield. You can immediately remove these units from the battlefield and set them up again as described in the deployment section of the mission you were playing. So you can just redeploy some guys.
Wow, that sounds really good for somebody like me. Oh crap, I clearly fucked this up. Ha ha!
Or you can do the classic debate where you put your stuff in the front, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna kill the crap out of this," and you're like, "Nope,
bye.
I'll put it somewhere else." Or if your opponent has out deployed you, then you can like redeploy your block of Hellblasters so that it can have a viable target, that type of thing.
Oh yeah. Sounds
and
awesome.
the last one that's good, my favorite one personally. Master of the Vanguard, add 1 to the movement characteristic of friendly chapter units while they're within 6 inches of your warlord. In addition, add 1 to advance and charge rolls made for them while they're within 6 inches.
Hot diggity damn, that'd be good for...
So you can boost your guys' speed, make them speedy boys.
Well, that'd be actually really good for my Sally boys, so that way they could get in within flamer distance.
Yeah. The Agresitos, if you advance, you're getting +2 to your movement,
and then you have to auto hit, so you'd actually light something on fire for once.
Yeah, you might be able to burn somebody. You might get to activate Flamecraft once in your entire life.
Someday. No.
You know what would be extra awesome if they made it so that the temporal corridor, the psychic power that lets you move during the psychic phase,
Yeah.
they let you cast it on the aggressors. Currently, you can't, but that would be really cool especially for like Salamander's Flamer aggressors.
Oh my god, that would be the best. Struggle bus. We got a struggle bus over here. It's okay, buddy. Shh, 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 shh.
Go to sleep.
It's a good boy. Who's a good sleepy boy?
Give him a sip of Nyquil. That always worked on me as a child.
No. Well, if I had some NyQuil, no. Struggle bus, struggle boy. Hey, buddy. I know, I know. I know. He's like, you don't know. You can tell he's having a rough puppy day.
Life
So,
sucks just getting cuddled all the time, right?
dude, yeah, getting cuddled, playing, get a shit wherever you want, not get in trouble for it yet, because you don't know any better. So that finishes up the Primaris, or was there one more Warlord trait you wanted to do?
Oh, that was it.
Okay, perfect. Let's so the extra goodness this time around, the Chaos. With Chaos, I'll just let you start with your favorite and go to your least favorite units, and we'll kind of do it that way.
Okay. Which unit is my favorite? My favorite is the Master of Possessions.
He's so cool.
It's a new psyker. He's a sorcerer, just like any other sorcerer. He's got he's got this sweet power where psychers suffer perils of the warp for any psychic test roll of a double that is made for them instead of a double 1 or a double 6 while they're within 12 inches of enemy models with his ability. So your opponent's psychers are going to peril more often if they're near this guy, which is tight. He's got a brand new psychic discipline that buffs demons and demon engines. So the best powers here are Cursed Earth and Infernal Power. Cursed Earth, you need a 7. If manifested, then until the start of your next psychic phase, the invulnerable saves of friendly Legion demon units are improved by 1 if they're within 6 inches of the psyker.
Holy crap.
So you can get some
Demon Princes just getting ridiculous, or actually make your
Yeah.
blood letters live.
Well, Legion demons. So it
Oh,
doesn't
okay,
work
that's fair.
on Chaos demons. It doesn't work on blood letters or plague bearers or whatever,
Okay,
but it does work on.
Zagors.
Well, they're not demons. That'd be sick though.
Oh, that would be sick.
It works on Mauler fiends, Forge fiends, possessed demon princes, warp talons,
Holy
obliterators.
crap. Oh, warp talons, really?
Mutilators, yeah. Obliterators, mutilators, chitons, whatever, the decimators. I'm sure there's other ones. Defilers.
That's
Any demon engine, it makes a lot better, and
can you
possessed and all that, it makes better.
now can you run that with Death Guard?
No,
Oh, thank God. Okay. That'd
that'd be sick.
be so fucking ridiculous.
I'd be hyped
All right,
for
buddy.
that
All right,
for
buddy.
sure.
Because you've been running almost mainly Death Guard right now, right?
Yeah. Well, I played Blood Angels at the last tournament I played in. So.
Oh, nice. You could get that Captain Smash in there and have a wonderful time.
Yeah, Captain Smash is fun.
Dude, he's so fun. He's like,
we get to do Chaos Captain Smashes now.
I know.
I'm
I'm so excited. Yeah, when you put that in the chat, I was like, because like Captain Smash I was seriously considering going Blood Angels just for Captain Smash because it seemed like so much fun. Now that Chaos can do it, I have to completely rebuild my Chaos army. It'll be fun.
You won't.
I will.
You don't have the stones.
What
Another
a
really
weird thing
one.
to say.
Yeah, you don't have the warp stones. You don't even do enough warp dust.
Saying I'm not Slanesh enough for this bullshit.
Yeah. You're like way too corn.
You think I'm an angry boy?
Yeah, that isn't even Skulls for the Scroll. That's not very Skulls for the Skull Throne of
It's
you,
not,
bro.
not not very blood for the blood god, bro. Not very blood for the blood god. It's not very
Uh,
cash skulls of you. Not very skull money. Oh damn.
I definitely think that there's reaching going on.
Oh, lots of it.
Another really good one, Infernal Power. You need a 6 to cast it, and it makes it so your demons reroll 1s to hit and wound. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, especially with the greater possessed are just
Yeah.
ridiculous and cool looking
Yeah.
models.
You
Like
can beat the hell out of some people.
hell yeah.
The other ones are also usable, but not really as turbo spicy. So
That's fair.
I guess I could talk about a wombo combo.
Would it?
Uh,
Oh, I like wombo combos.
I like to throw out the wombo combos. If you take 2 of these guys, you can get access to Sacrifice, Cursed Earth, and Infernal Power. And we already talked about Cursed Earth and Infernal Power. Boosting the invulns that's by far the best one. That's insane. And rerolling 1s to hit and 1s to wound. That's pretty sweet. The main part of that is rerolling 1s to wound because you can just take a dumb Chaos Lord and then you already reroll 1s to hit.
Holy
But
crap.
then you can take Sacrifice, which only takes a 4 to cast. And if manifested, you take a wound off a friendly model, and then you heal Legion Demon within 18 for D3 wounds. But if the person that you hurt, if the person that you're healing is a Demon Engine, and the person that you hurt is a Warpsmith, it automatically heals 3 instead of D3.
That's pretty good.
So, yeah, so you can take 2 of those guys, and you can take 3 Chitin Demon Engines, which are Chaos Knights of Khorne, basically. And then you can stack all those buffs on your Chaos Knights of Khorne, and then they're all in a 4-up invuln, which is disgusting.
Oh
And
my
they're
god.
all rerolling 1s to hit and 1s to wound, and then you can heal them for. They automatically heal for 1 wound at the start of your turn. That's just on their data sheet. And then you can heal for D3 wounds with the Warpsmith, and then you can use this power, hurt the Warpsmith, and then heal it. So you can heal one of the Chitons for up to 7 wounds
Every turn.
every turn. Yeah. So if they
Oh,
live, which they might be inclined to live when they've got a 4-up invuln,
good
and
god.
yeah, and they
So
can also be warp timed, so they're fast.
weren't the Chitons like one of those like kind of they're okay, they're pretty much too expensive. With that it just seems fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about this game is like there comes a time where
Everything gets to
like
shine.
you're something lame, and then there's so many things stacked on top that it's like suddenly this is badass.
So like, that's pretty good.
Oh, oh hey, oh
Oh.
hello.
Oh, hi there. I didn't notice you from your lame ass entrance, but come on.
Also, Demon Engines have access to a really good stratagem, Demon Forge. It's only 1 command point, and you reroll all hits and wounds
Holy
model. So yeah, it's probably yeah, it's a pretty good. It's a pretty good one. So yeah, there's my wombo combo. That's why I think the Master of Possessions is the coolest thing in this kit.
hella badass.
My second favorite is obviously. Oh, never mind. It's not obvious at all.
It's
It's either the
clearly
great. It's either the Greater Possessed, which are pretty sweet, or the Obliterators, which are also pretty sweet. Unfortunately, the Obliterators went up to 115 points from 65 points.
and you can only take 2 per unit now, right?
No, you can take 3 still.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad.
1 to 3.
Okay.
And their shots went from 4 to 6. Otherwise, it's the same obliteratory goodness that you know and love. Their toughness went up, and their wounds went up by 1 each. And they now have a melee weapon that is +1 strength, -1 AP, D3 damage, which is hella awesome because
Yeah.
now they don't get locked up because if your opponent charges them, they beat the hell out of them.
Yeah. Not
3
no
attacks,
more.
strength 6 attacks, -1 D3 damage. It's gonna punch the hell out of some people for sure.
Bill, yeah.
They're just kind of expensive now. I still think that it's that they're pretty gross if you stack all of the buffs on them, just like they were gross before if you stacked all the buffs on them.
Yeah, just oh look at this. Then with all the buffs, and then they shoot again. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
fucking
And now
ridiculous.
all those buffs being stacked, since they're stronger, is I mean, they're stronger
So
now. It's
when
just
you
more points it costs.
when you say stack all the buffs, what all buffs are you talking about?
Or well, now they have access to even more buffs. But
It's true.
if you wanna go ham and cheese on these guys, the Master of Possessions has a new spell that costs 7. If you cast it, it does different things depending on what you cast it on. But the relevant one here is you can reroll one of the dice when rolling for the strength, AP, and damage characteristics of an Obliterator's unit, or a Mutilator unit, but who cares?
Holy
So that'll give you a reroll to make sure that your flesh metal guns are strength 9 -3 and 3 damage. And then you can pair that with a command point reroll to reroll one of the dice. And then
holy crap.
the third way to reroll is you take a Thousand Suns detachment or whatever, and you cast the spell Gaze of Fate, which gives you another reroll that you can reroll. So you can reroll all of the results
Oh my god.
to make sure that you're going hard in the paint with those guys.
Fucking to the wall.
And then Veterans of the Long War, so that they get +1 to wound. And then you cast the Infernal Power, so that they're rerolling 1s to hit and 1s to wound. And then you cast Prescience, so that they hit on 2s. And then you
Sit and
make them shoot
laugh.
twice
Yeah.
with the
Delightful agonies or
Endless
whatever.
Cacophony.
Endless cacophony. That's the one.
Yeah.
Holy yeah, that's
So they
that's
could
some
do.
devastation.
They have the potential to do 36 times 3 damage. They won't, but
Like,
they
can you
could.
imagine? Can you imagine like, somebody's like drops their knights obliterated in just one fucking turn, like doesn't even stand a chance. Never got like if you bring a knight, you expect to be able to use it at some point, and just watch it just get deleted off the board, and you're just like,
Yeah.
huh? I
With the
brought
potential of 108 damage, you could kill 5
anything.
knights.
Yeah, like, oh my god, there's some guy he just like he thinks he's fucking pulling like the big dick move, and he just brings the biggest fucking knight. That's right, 1,500-point knight. I'm gonna win. Hey, look at that, you lost. God
True
damn,
chains. Yeah.
2 chains.
So yeah, they can do a shitload of damage. It's just you're looking at a pretty big points investment at this point to take even one unit of 3 of them.
Yeah,
But then you can stack all the buffs on them, and
I mean, it
who
really
cares?
sounds worth it.
Go
Like,
for it. Go
I don't know,
for
I
it.
just love obliterators and just being like, oh, look what happened.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely think that they can be sick still for sure. Then the Greater Possessed, they move 7 inches. They hit on 2s in close combat. Strength 5, toughness 5, 5 wounds, 5 attacks.
They're just
Uh,
beasts.
but they're actually strength 6 because they give themselves +1 strength with their aura that adds 1 strength to friendly Mark of Chaos Legion demon units. So that's all the things that I've listed before. All the demon engines, the warp talons, the possessed, etc. He gives them
Yeah.
+1 strength. Gives himself +1 strength.
Oh
Uh,
damn.
you can take a few. I don't know how many you're allowed to take. You can take 2 in a unit, but then they act like they're independent. So I like that these guys are fast with the 7-inch move. Strength 6. In close combat, they are Strength 6 -2 AP, D3 damage. So you can tear up a lot of stuff with 5 attacks at that profile. And if I remember correctly, these guys are pretty value menu. Only 70 points for one of them, and they're elites.
Damn. They're elites, really?
Yeah.
I guess that kind of makes sense. Never mind.
So you can I don't think you'd feel too bad about like just flinging this guy at a unit because he's only 70 points, and then he'll do some damage.
For sure, though. Like,
If you
and
have 2 of these guys charging a unit, you can tear it up.
man, you could put those as like your you know your advanced party. You charge them in first, and then you can actually get your berserkers to get in there and do something because everybody's big dealing with these 2 giant guys, and I'm always afraid
Yeah.
I forgot how to get them berserkers in someday.
And they also they benefit from all of the spells from the Master of Possession as well. So you can make them pretty sick nasty.
Damn. Dude.
Since they're demons, they also benefit from a lot of the demon auras. Like if you have a Khorne character nearby, they can reroll their charges, that type of thing. If you make these guys Slaanesh and you've got a Slaanesh demon character, then they can advance and charge.
Damn.
You know, there's synergies available for these guys.
Sounds like it. Holy crap.
And then of course you have the Chaos Space Marines.
Yay!
They're the same.
If they were just a little cheaper,
Yeah, I
man.
don't think they. Yeah, I agree.
I just love and then now they even have great models, and you're like, and like, ha! You can't take as many cultists. You'll have to take them now. And like, fuck you. It's
I
not
hate that.
that's not how you get people to play something is by banning the thing that's working. Like, fuck you.
True, true. And the last thing that we haven't talked about yet is the Venom Crawler. It's the new demon engine, so it benefits from all the demon stuff that we've already discussed.
Yay.
It has it hits on 4s,
That's good.
just like other demon engines. Toughness 7, 10 wounds. So this thing is not. I mean, it's a dreadnought in most ways.
It's
Except
still
for
pretty chunky, you know.
Yeah, yeah. It's got that 5-up invulnerable save, which makes it a bit better than a dreadnought. I guess it heals itself every turn for 1 wound,
That's pretty
and
good.
if you kill anything in close combat, he heals a wound.
Holy crap! You gonna combine him with that other fucking Healy strategy and like just just going through, just eating troops.
The only thing that
Hell
sucks
yeah.
about that is this guy is just not worth healing. He's
Oh
not,
really? Is he not that good?
well, he's not that dope. He lets you add 1 to your summoning rolls, which is as long as you're summoning with the Master of Possessions. That's pretty useless, I would say. And he blows up on a 5.
I'm sorry.
Hell
He explodes on a 5.
yeah! When he dies, instead of a 6, he blows up on a 5.
Fuck yeah, dude! Just have him run into like big groups of things, eat things to stay alive, and then explode all over the place. It's okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's there.
I mean, Mauler
Um,
Fiend would probably do a better job of it, but what's his cost
right.
comparative to other demon engines?
Compared to other demon engines, I'm not sure, but this guy costs 130 points.
Oh, okay. So he's not like stupid expensive at
No,
least.
he's not stupid expensive. His gun, he's got 2 of these. It's Assault D3, 36-inch range.
His little butt guns.
Strength +2, and he's base strength 6, so
That's pretty
this would be
good.
strength 8 normally. AP -2, D3 damage. It's like it's a battle cannon,
Yeah.
but and
He
in
gets
close
2 of those.
combat,
So.
yeah, 2 of those, 2D3. So it's like almost as good as a half a Lehman Russ usually.
For a lot less points.
I think Lehman Russes are about that.
Are they really? Dude, fuck,
Yeah,
fuck IG and their point
and
system.
they're also toughness 8.
God, fuck. PC.
But they have no close combat usually. But these guys do, and their close combat is strength +2, -3 AP, 3 damage. So you've got like a bit of a thunderhammer there.
Hell
That's
yeah.
not bad.
I mean, if it got into close quarters with the Lehman Russ, it would just eat it alive, heal, and then go on to the next thing to explode on.
Yeah, yeah, but he's only got 4 attacks, and
Oh, okay.
he hits on 4s, so he misses half the time. Unfortunately,
He hits on 4s? Really?
yeah, he hits on 4s. I already said that.
Ugh.
All the demon engines hit on 4s except for
Mauler fiends?
the Decimator, I think,
Oh, okay.
and Chitons.
Damn. Okay.
And then he also has Soul Flare Tendrils, which are Strength User -2, 2 damage. Each time the bear fights, you get to make 2 additional attacks with this weapon. So he's got 4 really good attacks and 2 pretty good attacks.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think he's terrible, but there's nothing. He's not super spicy.
He's just outshined by other demon engines and other things for the point cost.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I mean, but if you're gonna just like spam out a shiz load of demon engines and then like put them around a Master of Possessions and give them all 4-up invuln, you know, I think there's some merit to that.
That actually sounds like fun too. Like you have your master possessions with all of his stuff, and then you have your greater possessed, followed up by whatever you have behind them, and just be like, they're going to you, and we're gonna get to you eventually.
Yeah. And in the new Vigilus book, there is a specialist detachment that includes it benefits all demon engines, and it makes it so Well, the warlord trait that it gives you access to makes it so that people within 6 inches of your warlord get, or demon engines within 6 inches of your warlord get +2 to their movement. So you can get your guys going pretty fast in that blob.
Damn.
So there might be something to that.
It sounds like fun to play, at least. At the very,
Yeah, yeah, it does. It's very cool.
Man, I just want to like an army of greater possessed with the master possession. Just that's the whole army. Just
I mean,
and some cultists.
You can take 6 greater possessed.
6 greater possessed, some cultists, master possession, and like a
Yeah.
demon prince or two for your HQ.
Yeah.
Run in there, just fuck things up. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do a really high point game and drop some obliterators on them. Just call it a day.
The warlord traits are a lot less cool.
Oh yeah. Any good ones, or they just kind of like feel like filler?
That one's not good. Okay, here's one that's kind of interesting. Once per battle, you can reroll a failed psychic test or deny the witch test for your warlord. In addition, if your army is battle forged, roll a d6 each time your warlord successfully manifests a psychic power. On a 6, you get a command point.
Oh, yeah, actually, yeah.
So
Combined with
that might get you like 3 command points over the course of a game, maybe.
I mean, 3 is it feels like a shit ton of command points.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
It's
It's always depending on, but if you're lucky.
Probably the best one is Warp Lord. You can reroll 1s when taking a psychic test for your warlord.
That's actually really good,
It's
especially
nice for a little bit of consistency.
Well, especially with his manifestations being all 6s, so you don't have to roll terribly high.
Well, these guys, the Primaris manifest all of their spells on 6s.
Oh, what are his? I'm sorry.
These guys, there's
Wild.
one that's 7, one that's 4, one that's 7, one that's 6, one that's 7, and one that's 5.
Yeah. But you said
The
these
good
ones.
The good ones are 7.
Oh, okay. Still pretty good.
Yeah, usually that'll go off, and getting the reroll 1s makes it so that even more usually it'll go off. So.
Hell yeah. Yeah, and those going off can be a huge part of playing Chaos.
Yeah, you can also take the new fortification that's going to come out, that crown thing.
Dude, what is that?
So it makes it so you re-roll your psychic tests if you're within 6 inches.
So you just keep re-rolling, so you keep getting as many 6s as possible, and then you get the command points, and then you don't have the +1s. That's fucking hilarious. It's pretty good.
That's a thing.
I don't see that thing. Just feels like it's like, look at the giant aura that no one's gonna care about, and they're gonna just shoot it to pieces because it costs too many points.
It's kind of shitty.
What does it even do?
Huh?
Like, does it do anything but provide the aura? Like,
no, well, it has 2 auras. The first aura is the re-rolling spells thing, and the other aura is it gives everybody wholly within the aura a 5-up invuln. So
5-up.
No, it's not that good.
It's not that good.
It can't move. And if it were good, people would just shoot it and it would die.
Yeah, it can't move. I mean, I feel like it'd be hilarious to play with Death Guard, just because you have Poxwalkers with a 5-up. It'd just be annoying as shit. Just, but like for everything else, it just seems kind of. I guess yeah, your cultist blob will be super fucking annoying, but like. Just because you'll have to re-roll to kill all of them again. Like, they're taking their 5-up invuln. Yeah.
Yeah, but check out this combo that I just came up with just now.
Oh,
so
shit.
the new Vigilus book has a stratagem for Black Legion that makes it so you target an unmarked unit and then you give them every mark for the turn.
God, that thing is so cool.
So you can have a blob of 30 cultists around your 5-up invuln crown thing. Then you give them every mark, and then you cast the psychic power that gives them +1 invuln, and the psychic power that gives them -1 to be hit, and the psychic power that gives them 5-up feel no pain. And then you've got 30 cultists that have a 4-up invuln, -1 to be hit, and 5-up feel no pain. Oh yeah.
And you can make them fight again.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And they can shoot twice.
Oh yeah. That's some.
Ain't that some shit?
That's some shit right there. That is some crafty shit you got going up upstairs.
Or you can take 20 Chaos Space Marines and do the exact same thing.
That I would do. Just they're useful. See, I told you it would happen. Like,
They get to rapid fire because they stood still.
New Bolter rules makes it worth it.
Veterans of the Long War. Shooting twice, fighting twice.
Veterans of everything. All right, so that's anything else in the Shadow Spear box worth commentating, noting on, or
The models are cool.
they're so cool. Like they are some of the most badass models, especially for Chaos, that have come out in fucking forever. But even the Primaris, like even for Primaris, which I already really like the design of they're just awesome models. I think it actually converted Jeff to enjoying Primaris for fluff as well. Even though I think he was like, oh, I just read more, but I think he the new models definitely helped him along his
It was the
journey.
new models.
It didn't hurt anything for sure.
The pervert with the binoculars. That's my favorite one. You know he's checking out some chicks with those
Oh
binoculars.
yeah, he's like,
He's
oh
not-
yeah, I'm not chemically castrated at all.
He's not. They can't be chemically castrated, dude. They've got testosterone going crazy.
There's a lot of things about their anatomy that is a little.
You don't think they have huge balls? Come on, dude.
uh, Let's see. Oh, Jeff said, yeah, it helped a lot. He likes the idea of the scalpel sharp specialists over just boring, can do everything Swiss Army knifeness
But
that they had before.
But like, dude, they definitely have huge balls. Have you seen the scouts like cod piece?
I. You think? What if they were designed not to?
Besides to protect their huge balls.
What if they were designed not to? They would have internal balls because that way they could protect them better. Like, what if they made genetic improvements to the overall weak area that is constantly being abused?
Yeah, but like, is that an improvement, or are you just gonna lose out on the intimidation factor of having huge balls?
I mean, you don't really get to show them off. Like I said, and that's a really bad idea to be like,
Well, you have
"Come
to
on,
keep
orcs! What
Are
do you
you sure?
think?"
Maybe they just whip out their huge balls to distract their opponents.
Look at these. I call it hypnotism. You're getting sleepy. Very.
Maybe their balls aren't sensitive, but they are
Oh.
huge, so they can use them as like a flail in a pinch.
Hoopah! Yeah. Me no see where club come from. Me feel real embarrassed though.
I'll get a definitive answer on this.
Okay,
and I'll provide it during the next stream.
Next
So-
40K Thursday, we'll have the answer to Primaris balls. There,
Yeah.
not there, gigantic and intimidating, or functional.
Yeah, we'll definitely have a consensus.
This is
So-
super important.
No, it is. The people, they want to know. They want to know.
They gotta know. Oh, I forgot to mention we got some more stream rewards for subscribing. Now we have a subscriber badge, which will have the little hitchhiker thumb in the brain next to your name if you subscribe and drop a comment. All right, we'll stop talking about Primaris balls and we thank everybody for tuning in, especially you, Hiffy. You're our favorite. See, yes. And then so we'll probably be covering some of the new chaos rules with the legions and everything next week, if that sounds good to you, Ferris.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those things are freaking awesome and fascinating, and
Yeah. I'll
Jeff
come
finally-
up with some weird combos to
Hell
talk
yeah.
about.
Jeff finally helped me find a good paint scheme for Alpha Legion, so I have a lot of work to do for my Chaos Army, and after finish up the Salamanders. So yeah, so
Alpha Legion, pretty good Legion. So
favorite Legion, best Legion.
pretty good Legion for sure.
Yeah, you're going Black Legion, I assume.
Probably, but I kind of like some of the Renegade rules that we're going to be going over next week.
Oh, dude, those Renegades.
There's some good ones. There's some good ones. So there's some spicy meatballs.
The effort, there was like serious effort in getting people to play them and like some of their paint schemes are fantastic as well. Emperor's Children will be going over their rules as well, and they got some actually not bad ones this time around. Like Emperor's Children are fun as hell. Legion too to paint, as I'm sure you know. Jeff actually recently had to go through the I painted it too pink trial of making an Emperor's Children.
No such thing as too pink. So
Oh man. All right, so that'll wrap us up for 40K Thursday this week. Sorry we got started a little late, but we'll start on closer to 7 next Thursday. I was installing the new computer and getting everything rolling, but we do thank everybody for tuning in. Any last words, Ferris?
Thanks for watching my show. Please watch my show next week. Please tweet at Hitch if you've got anything that you want to discuss besides the
Twitter
Primaris balls.
is.
We're already on the Primaris balls thing. We're going to get the answer for you.
Mhm.
But if you have any other questions, we can figure out the answer to those for you as
Oh
well.
yeah. All right, so take it easy, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to 40K Thursday.
Twitch Prime sub.
You fucking